Good morning, everyone. My name is Anna Mardall, and if my cough will settle down, haha, I thought I was done with bronchitis, then we will go through The Crown and the Flame, Book 1, Chapter 9. Prince Marco holds Kenna captive in Aurelia. Will she find a way to escape? And will Dom be able to convince Rose that his powers are under control? Here we go. Chapter 9, The Escape. A few hours after Marco's announcement to marry Annalise, you've been forced to celebrate while a dozen guards watch over you, their swords at the ready. Is this how you make friends, Marco? Marco sits at the head table next to Annalise. Silence. You'll speak when spoken to. I control the city, and I control you. My lord, we've rounded up all the able-bodied Aurelians. Excellent. If you'd had the stomach for it, Kenna, these people would have been yours for the taking. I'm not like you, Marco. I don't need slaves to do my fighting. You're fighting. Your time for fighting is over. You've lost. You know, it just dawned on me. After having the pleasure of killing your mother, I get the joy of killing you too. Tell me, how does that feel? So we can either rise to his taunt or say it's fine, and we're just gonna say fine. Not quite the rise I was hoping for. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm afraid you're spoiling my mood. This is, after all, my party. It should be fun. You know what would make it more fun? If you served me. Yes, my lord. Not you, you simpleton. You're my bride, not my servant. I'm going to kill him for insulting Annalise. I'm talking to her, the sad little queenling. You're going to pour my wine. Guards! Guards pull you from your seat and drag you over to Prince Marco. They thrust a pitcher of wine into your hand. Pour for me. You pour wine into Marco's goblet. He grins at you and deliberately knocks his cup over, sending it off the table. Oh dear, I've spilled it. Clean it up, wench. Do a good job, and maybe I'll keep you as a slave instead of having you executed. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Raiden peering out from behind a statue. I've got to distract Marco so he doesn't spot Raiden. My prince. You should marry me, not Annalise. You're not being serious. Summoning all your will, you gaze into his eyes with feigned longing. Oh, but I am, my lord. There's no denying how much I'm supposed to hate you. But you've used your superior cunning to outwit me here. Just think. An alliance between you and me would solidify your rule of Stormhold. You'd get power and prestige, all in one cunning move. No one would dare rise against us. And you want this? Yes. Now that I know just how powerful you are. And handsome. Your attempts at flattery, while amusing, are transparent. Did you really think you could charm your way out of your execution? No. But I did think I could distract you. Distract? Suddenly, one of Marco's guards falls face down, a dagger protruding from his neck. Raiden emerges from the shadows, plunging another dagger through a soldier's eye slit. Escape! This way! Leon leaps up, smashing into another soldier and knocking him to the ground. We're... Seizing upon Marco's shock, you... run to Raiden and escape. This way! You run towards Raiden, your friends close behind you. Let's go, while we're all still breathing. As more guards pour into the hall, you pull Annalise from her seat and drag her out with you. But my people... Later! Right now we need to save ourselves! When you reach Raiden, he squeezes your hand. Am I glad to see you? I assure you, the pleasure is mine. You look back at Marco, his eyes daring you to stand and fight. There will be a time for him, my queen. Now is not it. Many more are coming. A guard leaps at you, but Gabriel knocks him out with a series of quick blows. Together, you all rush out of the banquet hall, toward the narrow path leading out of the city. I'll be back for you, Marco. I swear it. In the early morning, you hear a soft knock on your bedroom door. You open it. Dom, you wanted to talk? I did. Come in, please. I'll admit, I'm surprised you showed. I'm a little bit surprised to be here too. But I guess when it comes down to it, I couldn't imagine you being something evil. Does this mean you're not scared of me anymore? Oh, I'm still scared. Half to death. But I'm here. I thought it might help if I showed you how my fire works. Would that be okay? Are you sure? Last time, it was a scary thing. I wasn't exactly myself then. When I get like that, the fire tends to have a mind of its own. I can control it more when I'm focused, when I'm really concentrating. Fire's like that, isn't it? I feel the same way about the castle oven. You set up a candle on a stool against the wall and stand opposite it. You're going to light the candle from way over here? Wait, what happens if you miss? I won't. Not as long as I concentrate. Trust me. You raise your hand, aiming it at the candle. Small licks of flame dance around your fingers. A small orb of fire begins to swirl within your palm. The orb of fire grows, and flames begin to dance at the tips of your fingers. A streak of fire flashes across the room, lighting up the candle. Tom, you did it! See? That wasn't so scary, right? Not at all. I mean, it's still strange, but it's like you said. I just have to trust you, and I do. As you lean forward to blow out the candle, your tunic shifts, and Rose catches a glimpse of your brand. You quickly cover it up. Sorry for staring. No, it's all right. I don't mind. My brand, I would stare too. Then, would it be all right if I see it? So, we'll show Rose our brand. Sure. You take off your shirt, exposing the flame-shaped brand beneath. You catch a blush in Rose's cheeks. Should I be charging you coin for this? No. Well, maybe. Did it hurt to get branded? It must have, but I don't remember it. She steps closer to you. Do you mind if I touch your brand? I thought you were afraid. Not anymore. Rose delicately runs her fingers along your chest, tracing the brand. Who would do this to a boy? And what does it mean? I wish I knew. One day, I know you'll figure it out. How can you be so sure? I know you, Dom. When you want something, you do everything to make it happen. She looks up at you and you kiss her. You lift her chin up, gently kissing her. Forgive me. I had to do that. There's nothing to forgive. Rose leans in to kiss you, but then hesitates as the sound of servants stirring awake in the castle reach you. We should go start breakfast. Or... someone will come for us soon enough if we stay here. There must be someplace private we could go to continue this. Well, I do know a place where we can be alone. I should sneak off with Rose. You and Rose sneak out of your room, careful to avoid detection before slipping into one of the castle's passageways. I've always heard rumors of such places within the walls. Never thought I'd be in them. Just one of the many perks of knowing me. Perks? What kind of perks are we talking about? Well, besides secret passageways and fire shows, there's also my gentle touch. Oh, really? You step toward Rose, caressing the curve of her arm. A tremble runs through her. Really? Rose moves to kiss you, but teasingly pulls back. Not interested anymore, eh? Does this mean you'd rather be fixing up Bartel's breakfast? Far from it. But we can't continue until I learn about your perks. Is that so? I shared mine. It's only fair for me to know what I'm getting out of this. Perhaps, but I'm not that kind of lady. Oh, you're a lady now, are you? Careful. And yes, I am. And what kind of lady are you exactly? Rose moves closer to you, pressing her body against yours. Not the kind who sneaks off into passageways with common servants for unspeakable acts. And definitely not the kind to brag about my more appetizing traits. So where does that leave us? A guessing game? I'm listening. Fine. I'll guess one of these appetizing traits of yours. And if my aim is true, you'll let me know. Oh, I'll do more than that. But you only get one guess, so you'd best be careful. No caution required, because you, Rose, are the only lady in the world with... Ooh, I'm torn between the heart of a lioness and a smile brighter than any flame, but I like the flame one because flames and magic and everything. A smile brighter than any flame. You light up my heart whenever I see it. Aren't you a charmer? And there it goes again. Rose kisses you up against the stone walls of the passageway. I take it I was right then. Who cares? Just take me. As you wish. She pulls you down on top of her, kissing you all the while. Afterward, you both cautiously leave the passageway. The servants should be cleaning here. Where is everyone? I don't know, but I've got a bad feeling, Dom. You two, where have you been? Never mind, just come with me. What's this about? Bartel's orders, shut up and move. You, Rose, Margaret, Tristan, and the rest of the servants are lined up in front of Bartel. Yesterday, I killed a hawk, carrying a message aimed at helping enemies of my prince. Oh no. Bartel picks at his teeth, eyeing all of you. The bird was delicious. A bit gamey, but delicious all the same. Someone nearby pinches you, and you regain your composure. You crane your head. Easy, Dominic. One of you is a spy. A spy with some powerful abilities. Bartel reaches forward and yanks Tristan from the line, holding him around the neck. No! So this boy dies, unless someone starts talking. You clear your throat, about to speak, but Margaret grabs you, whispering furiously. Listen, I love Rose and Tristan, but I love you too, like you are my second son. Bartel unsheathes a dagger, holding it to Tristan's neck. So you let me do what I'm about to do, Tom. You hear me? You let me do it. Wait, what are you going to... It was me. I sent the hawk. You, huh? As difficult as it is, you hold your tongue. I don't buy it. You're not even literate. Am so? Prove it. Bartel gives her a quill and pen, and she shakily writes out her name. Well, that's quite a shock. Perhaps we've found our traitor after all. And our fire-loving witch. In one sudden move, Bartel plunges his dagger up to the hilt into Margaret's back. Ma! No! Mother! Rose and Tristan race to Margaret's side as blood pools beneath her. My darlings, I'm so sorry I'm leaving you. I love you, Mother. I love you. Margaret dies in Rose's arms. You two, clean up this mess. The rest of you get to work. We're already running late. As the servants scatter, Tristan stares at you, despair in his eyes. Having escaped the Gilded City, you slow your horse just outside of camp. Why are we stopping here? Unfinished business. If you haven't forgotten, you betrayed us. I'm sorry. I forgive you. You did what anyone in your position would have done. I'm so relieved you understand. I forgive you, but I don't know if I trust you yet. At the party, I thought we shared a moment. We did. And how do I know that was real? I'll just have to prove it to you. I look forward to it. Raiden, let me convey our thanks for your aid. You risked your life for us. I was acting under Annalise's orders, but Kenna is a worthy leader, one I'd happily risk everything for, and I'm not a man who takes risks lightly. Please, consider me your ally and your friend. Gladly, Raiden. Now we must turn our attention to a greater problem. Now we're talking. So how in the world are we ever going to take back the city? We'll never do it without our army. I fear sending them on this suicide mission will cause them to revolt. I know exactly what I'm going to say to them. Arriving at camp, you listen as Leon briefs the men about what happened in Aurelia. Then you stand atop a fallen tree and face your army. Listen, all those who claim fealty to me. Prince Marco has taken over Aurelia. A wave of groans ripples through the soldiers. I know what you're thinking. With Aurelia's gold, Marco will only grow stronger. Some of you may want to turn tail and live to prosper another day. After all, why should you lay down your life to help retake the city? Because if you don't, if you allow Marco's presence to fester and grow, then in the coming battle of Stormholt, he'll be unbeatable. We need to stop this, now, before he takes the city's gold. You join me either out of a sense of duty. Several of the former soldiers nod their heads grimly, or out of a desire to earn a mountain of coin. Many of the mercenaries grunt their affirmation. Today presents an opportunity for both. More important than either of those, you should join me for the people of Aurelia. The city is filled with innocents, and we are their only hope right now. There are mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, sons and daughters. Fight for them. For you would want someone else to do the same for your kin. The crowd stirs, clearly moved. We are about to risk everything for this, but I want each and every one of you to hold in your hearts this one notion. There is nothing greater in this world than ending tyranny by soaking your blades in the blood of evil men. We fight for you, Queen Kenna. A rousing cheer erupts from the army, and they start chanting your name. Kenna! 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 You turn to Gabriel and Leon. How was that? It gave me goosebumps, my queen. I haven't been stirred to battle like that since I was a young man. Now there's only one thing left to do. And what is that? We take back the city. Chapter progress. You've recruited Raiden as a member of your alliance. His influence as a spy master will prove to be invaluable. You unlocked Tom without his... Sorry. I'm sorry. You unlocked Dom without his shirt, which will also prove to be invaluable. You managed to distract Prince Marco with your wiles during the siege of Aurelia. You chose to go with Rose into the secret passageway, and now you have a secret of your own. So look at that, there's Raiden on our list of peoples. Army score 266 out of 266. We have a perfect score so far. So that was chapter 9 of The Crown of the Flame. And in the next chapter, we're going to have a big battle for Aurelia and hopefully oust Marco. So I will see you next time. My name is Anna Mardal, and thank you for coming along on this trip with me. Goodbye.